Hi guys, it's Serena with Cherie Bongovi, who's done my makeup for how many years now?
Oh God, like 20 probably.
Okay, I have to tell you that this is so cool because we're here at Sephora and it's behind the scenes. I mean, okay, can we just walk a little bit?
Sure.
This is so cool. So this is, I mean, no one's in the store. They've opened the store for us early to do this lesson with you, Cherie.
Yeah,
I'm so excited. Okay, but tell me your reaction when I walked in. Because
We're
supposed
Lily
to do
Pulitzer.
like date night.
I was like, we're supposed to be doing a date night look, and I guess it could be, but smoky eye is what she told me. So
Yeah.
and she comes in with this, so we're
Because
still gonna do the smoky eye.
I guess I just wasn't thinking. I mean, you know,
I said it could be a beach night.
here,
It could,
yes,
it
there you
could.
go. Here, I'm going to introduce you to my fabulous photographer here, Michelle, and then Rebecca's over. Rebecca's also taking
She's our
film.
store manager.
She's our store
She's a
manager.
wonderful
and
store manager
You're making
that
this
let us
happen
do-
for us.
yes, yes.
I'm sorry. I just have to walk through like this because this store is packed. Typically, we're at International Plaza, and I'm so excited. What is it about makeup that gets girls so excited? What do you think it is about makeup?
Oh, it gives you a whole new attitude.
Dude.
It makes you like your alter ego, you know? So yeah.
Fabulous. All
Could
right,
be
so-
somebody else for the day or the night.
So, what are we planning on doing today with me?
We're gonna do a nighttime look for you. Smoky eye look, light lip. I laid out some products here so you guys can take a look.
Let's see.
Yes, so these are some of the products that we carry here at Sephora that are exclusive to International Plaza. So
Okay.
I picked this palette out here. It's by Charlotte Tilbury. We do have a few of the items right now, but in March we will be getting her full line, which will be exclusive to us.
Really, that's really cool. What is
Yes.
it about Charlotte Tilbury right now, too? I mean, isn't that the hot
She's
brand?
hot right now. Everyone's coming in asking for her. She is a makeup artist, I guess, behind the scenes, like Pat McGrath and Natasha Denona, who are two other lines that we carry here at Sephora. International Plaza, that everyone is just crazy for right now.
I know. I keep on
So-
hearing that name.
Yeah.
And then-
So, yeah, I grabbed a little Pat McGrath lipstick, too. Known for her intense pigment payoff and beautiful
Wow.
packaging. Yeah, so we have a little Fenty, and we have the new Pat McGrath mascara as well.
So
just
Pat
came out
McGrath
as well. Yeah,
Is all yes, because that's
Pat
the name.
McGrath and Charlotte Tilbury right now are like all the rage.
Or all the rage.
All the
Okay.
rage.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Awesome. And I'm makeup free. Other than my eyelashes, I would like to give a shout out to Makeup by Mish, who did my eyelashes
And they're
for
gorgeous.
Tampa Bay Woman of the Year. So thank you. You know, I'm nominated for Tampa Bay
yes,
Woman
of course. That's why we're here today.
No,
So,
and I'd also
yeah.
like to thank Sephora for offering a donation. My very first donation,
Oh, yes,
our
that's
very
right.
first
Yes.
donation came from Sephora right here at International Plaza. So I really appreciate it.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
so here we go. Do you think I'm pretty brave, like being makeup free?
You are actually, so, but yeah, okay. So we're going to start off with a Anastasia brow pencil. And I like to start with the eyes first. That way, especially with doing a smoky eye look, you get a lot of fallout. So
Okay.
I like to work from eyes down. So we are going to start to fill them in first. And it's just easier cleanup. So a lot of people don't have time. You know, they tell me they have 5-10 minutes in the morning, and I'm like, well, you got to give yourself a little bit more time than that to achieve, you know, what you're asking for. So,
How much time, Cherie, would you say? I mean, like,
well, for a nighttime look, well, we'll probably get this done in about like 45.
okay.
But you know, that's me explaining everything, and I give myself 2 hours. So I mean, it depends on how much you want to put into it.
Right.
So, but it's easier if you will save time if you start with eyes and work your way down. So that way you have less cleanup to do. And if you have makeup on already, nothing gets like
Yeah, I was going to ask you that.
underneath. Yeah.
So you still do the eyes. You still do the eyes 1st. And for those who are just joining us, you are using what type of?
This is an Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil in dark brown. It's an automatic pencil. It has a spoolie on the other side too. So it's very easy to operate.
I mean, it feels right. It's always so much fun when someone else does your makeup.
Absolutely.
But just working in television for so long and still working in TV, I can get my makeup done in 10 minutes when I have to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 5 minutes. I mean, but achieving what you can achieve.
It's practice. It really is. It's practice and patience. And I guess, practice and patience. Really, that's all it is.
How long have you been a makeup artist? I mean, you're amazing.
Ooh, 26 years now, I think.
Wow, you don't even look old enough. How old were you when you started? Like 10?
I was like, oh God, I was like fresh out of high school. Yeah, I worked at Glamour Shots back in the day.
You did?
I did. I worked at Glamour Shots. Yes, I did. I had that big picture up on the wall. Yeah, I sure
I
did.
did the glamour shots
Yeah.
too.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
I worked there for 3 years actually. I did hair and makeup, and that's where I learned the majority of, or like the beginning of my career was there. So.
How has makeup changed?
Oh, it's changed a great deal due to Instagram and just social media. Like in the past, I would say, God, like maybe I've been at Sephora for 8 years now, and I have just seen like it go from like a natural daytime look to like Instagram browse on a daily basis going to the grocery store. So, I mean, it's changed a great deal, and it will forever change, which is why I love the industry. It's never, it's always something different. It's always evolving. It's always changing. So,
people have asked me too. Speaking of that, like they love HD, but if you ask any television anchor, HD is for us. It can be challenging, right? Because now you see everything.
oh, you see everything. Yes.
So,
Yeah.
So what are you using? So you're using.
Oh, this is NARS. I'm sorry. This is a NARS concealer. This is one of our most popular concealers here at Sephora. It's the Radiant Creamy Concealer. And I'm actually going to use it not as a concealer, but to clean up your brows.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
And this is a little Sephora brush here. I think it's called a shader. I'm not actually sure what number. Oh, number 18, I believe that is. Is great to fit right underneath this brow area here to clean it up. So look down.
Okay.
Get those monstrous lashes out of it. So this is to get like that extra crisp, sharp look. You just use a little concealer, and it also is a great highlighter too. So I remember back in the day when I used to work for another company, it was all about the shimmer highlight. And now it's changed where concealer makes a great highlight right underneath that eye.
See, and I wouldn't have thought that.
Yeah, it's called carving out a brow, pretty much.
Carving out a brow.
Yeah, and here, I'll actually give you a hand mirror so you can see what I'm
And
doing.
brows are really a big deal.
Oh, brows
Cherie.
are huge. Love brows. But you see how it adds that extra pop, like a
Yes.
highlight?
Yes.
And it's going to look crazy because it is the first thing that we do on the face. And it doesn't quite balance out until you have your foundation on, but it is easier.
Wow. And I have to say, you're the one that turned me on to the NARS and the NARS foundation and the concealer, and I love it. I love the way it feels.
It's great for everybody. It's like a medium coverage, and it really is creamy. Just set it with a little powder, and it's great for all skin types pretty much. They have a great shade range too to select from, and that's why it's like my go-to concealer.
And it's funny because it's the one thing, makeup is the one thing I think a lot of people, will splurge on.
Oh yeah.
Is
I've
their
seen
makeup,
it. Everyone's coming in with their tax return money to buy their makeup. Who needs groceries for the week? We need makeup. Okay, so now I am going to go into the eyes.
Okay.
This is now with Charlotte Tilbury, a selling point with this is that the lightest color in this palette actually works as a primer, as well as like your all over shade. But I do like to use a separate primer. This is a Makeup Forever. It's actually a concealer, but it has a full amount of pigment payoff to it. So if you have any unevenness in your eyes, it makes a great, just like, it gives you like an even slate. Like it pops your makeup even more. And it's waterproof too, which is great. Yes.
Especially here in Florida, that's so important.
Absolutely.
I actually, and as you know, I've always said that my eyes, especially, are my problem area, but with the pigmentation.
Okay.
Underneath and so, yeah. So.
Okay, so I'm going to use, this is another Sephora brush. This is, let me use my handy dandy little yes.
Isn't that something?
Comes in handy. This is the number 30 brush from Sephora. It's more of a synthetic type brush. So with cream or liquid products, you definitely want to use a brush type like that. So I'm going to apply it all over.
How important is it to use a brush to apply primer? Some people just use their...
You can use it, well, I'm not going to say you can't, but when using a brush, you do get a more precise application, and you do have a lot of oils in your fingertips that are transferred onto the skin. So when applying makeup, it is best to use, I think, brushes. So.
And speaking of brushes, because I talk to you about this all the time, cleaning the brushes is just
very
as important.
Very important, yes. It depends on what you're using in your brush. Like if you have shadow brushes, you don't have to wash them on a daily basis if you're using like the same colors on a regular basis, but your liquid and your cream products that actually dry will harden your brush the next time you go to use them, and it won't be as smooth of an application for you, nor will it be as sanitary, because some of them tend to harbor bacteria. So we do have brush cleaner that we sell, and we do have brush shampoo. So I like the spot cleaner that we have. It's what we use all day long here at Sephora, because we have to clean our brushes in between each client, obviously. So it cleans them really fast, and it sanitizes them, and they dry fast for you too.
So people at home, should you clean your brush every single day with some
You
cleaner?
can. With your powder brushes, you don't have to. With your liquid products, like your foundation brushes, your concealer brushes, anything that's liquid or emollient, it's best to. It also prolongs the wear of your brush too. It's just like washing your hair. So, the longer you let your hair go without being washed, the more product builds up, the less it's going to, look good for you. So. All right,
so here we go.
Go into the shadow. So I picked this one from Charlotte Tilbury. It's a beautiful smoky palette. Actually goes with your
Lily.
Crazy Lily outfit today. Yes. We should have done a little better planning with this outfit.
I know.
Okay?
I am so sorry. I just wasn't thinking, because I wake up in this beautiful, in beautiful Florida, the sunshine. I'm like, oh, let me find something springy with lots of color.
And all the beach bars. I know. Okay, so. Well, it'll work.
Okay.
So your first color, like I said, is going to be your base color.
Okay.
And it's best to use a flat brush. Now this is more of a natural hair brush, because we're going back to using a powder now. So you just want to load up that brush. You might want to tap it off a little bit. When you apply your lid color, the last thing you want to do is do like windshield wiper. You want to press that product in, so you have less fallout and you get more of an impact when applying the color.
Oh.
A lot of it is application.
Because I think I have a tendency to do the windshield.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
But you're saying pat it.
You want to pat this in, because you want this to grab onto that eyeshadow primer that we just did. And by doing this, you get the full amount of pigment payoff, and you have less fallout that way.
Oh.
Which could be a problem with these shelves that you got here,
Yeah.
with these lashes. Yes.
It's funny.
So, and we don't want to take it all the way up, because again, we used her concealer as her highlighter. So right up to the lid, and we're pressing it in. So that is our first step right there. So you can go ahead and open. Very pretty. Take a look.
Wow, that is a beautiful color. Mm-hmm. Wow. And for those who are just joining us for our Facebook Live, we, of course, here are at Sephora at International Plaza. It's really cool. The store's not even open yet.
Yes.
The store is not even open yet. And the crew here is giving us a date night look, even though I'm dressed all in floral.
It's going to be a running joke.
Serene.
Okay, so
yes.
Serene. Okay. So we're going to move on to our second darkest color. It's easiest to go from light to dark when you're doing a nighttime eye, or just any eye in general. The more you layer, the easier it is to blend when it comes to your darkest shade.
Okay.
And that's kind of how this palette is set up to move from light to dark.
Oh, okay. Are most palettes kind of set up that way?
Yeah. And some palettes actually give you like a larger base shade because you go through those
that
faster. So we're going to switch up our brushes now. So this one here is another Sephora brush. It is number, hold on, number 19.
I need my
There's our
readers all the
comic
time.
relief
Yes,
right there.
yes, I
my
need my
little-
readers all the time too.
So this is a number 19 brush. Again, it's a natural hair brush. So with this one, we're going to dip into the second color. Always tap off your brush a little bit.
Okay.
And with this second
And you do it so
color-
well, Cherie. I mean, it's so cool.
I got that down, so yes. Okay. So you want to start on the outer corner of the eye, and you want to work in an inward motion, not all the way up, just into the crease, and softly blend like in one direction. I know a lot of people I've seen start here and it ends up way out here. So that's why it's good to pick a point and work your way in like a little V. So we're creating like definition and depth here.
It feels good too, I have to say. The brush.
You can work in little circles, and you can always blend with your finger too, because the warmth from your finger makes it easy to blend down. So you can take a look and see that we just added a little bit.
Wow. It's amazing what the depth can do on the eye.
That's why it's important to keep everything in its place. Another common mistake is taking the brush and just like windshield wipering it over everything.
Yes.
And that only blends everything together, making it all look one color.
So we want to create
So
depth.
we want to create depth. You want to find a place where each color lives and keep it there and blend it within its little hole. Yes. So again, a little V on the outside into the crease.
You know, and when you talked about some of these products that are exclusive to Sephora, that means you can't find them anywhere else.
That's right.
Wow. I mean, that's significant.
It is.
How does that happen? I mean, clearly you're the makeup retailer, right? But I know that a lot of stores have makeup counters and different makeup counters, but
That would be a store director
Good
question,
question.
actually.
Okay.
I would think like the demographics of the area.
That is, I mean,
with
but
us
it's
being,
so neat. But it's so cool. Like Charlotte Tilbury,
Yeah.
for instance. Like we talked about the two, and what was this one again? Who's
Oh,
that?
Pat McGrath.
Yeah. So those are the two. I mean, the
Big
two
ones.
names, right?
Yeah, and Natasha Denona as well. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
It's so cool. You know,
Yeah.
I wonder when they were kids if they dreamed about being
Probably.
creating makeup.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I always dreamed about being a journalist.
Well, and here you are.
So, did you always dream about being a makeup artist or something? In
I used to
beauty?
draw when I was younger, so
Yeah,
that's
so-
what led me to this.
Yeah.
Yes, so I just paint faces now instead of paper. So yes. Okay, so we are going to move on to our third color here, which is the deepest. And we can actually use the same brush, but we're going to work in a smaller portion of your eye now.
Okay.
So we are going to just work in the outer corner. And you see how much pigment that just left right there. And so this way, remember, we're keeping everything in its own little home. We don't want to windshield wiper all over because that would just make it all one color again. So then now you can see the definition in between.
Wow. That's incredible, though, the difference.
Just a little pop. So same
Wow.
thing on the other side. Just a little bit lower. Like the darker the color, the lower you want to keep it on the lid, unless you're doing like a classic smoky eye with a dark lid. But this is the part that most people are afraid of because they always bring it up too high and they always say, oh, it gives me a black eye look. So that's why you just keep it in like a smaller portion of the eye, outer corner, little V, and again, work your way in.
And can this smoky eye work for any skin tone?
Oh, I
mean,
think so. Yeah, you
yeah.
determine the depth that you get out of it by how
Okay.
much pressure you apply.
Okay.
So yeah. So
Because
again, it
I'm-
goes back to application.
Okay.
So yeah.
Because I'm clearly, you know, a little darker.
Well,
But
that's where your primer comes in handy, though, too. So without a primer, your shadows tend to get absorbed into your skin and they won't last as long. It's almost like, when I talk about primers, I always mention like nail polish. Like, just think if you were to apply a nail polish without a base coat and a top coat, how fast it would chip off.
Right,
It's the same thing when it comes to
Oh.
layering eyeshadow. And foundation with primer underneath that as well. So.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
I am a strong believer in primer. I find that primer, once I use any type of primer, that the makeup does go on better.
Oh,
It
yeah.
stays on.
Yeah,
so-
I always tell people, if you ever question what a product is doing for you, do it on one side and just do it on one side.
Okay.
So then way throughout the day, you'll see which side wears better for you, and then you'll
That's a
have
good
different-
idea.
Yeah. Even
That's
with
very good.
eyeshadow, with foundation.
Mhm.
Yeah, just do that, and then you'll see the difference. I've done it, and I was like, oh yeah, it
Wow.
works.
Yeah,
So,
there's a
yeah.
huge difference. Okay.
So this is a, what did we say? We said a Charlotte Tilbury.
Yes.
This is one of her new rock and coal pencils. Not sure what color it is though. It's a very pretty gray, and I thought that would be nice with Serena's coloring. You can still get a smoky look without using a black eyeliner too. So I am going to go back and use my little brush and clean it off that I used earlier to shape your brows with,
Okay.
to actually blend your liner in as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the bottom first.
Okay.
Oh, and you see we have lovely fallout here right now. Yeah, so this is the reason why we do the eyes first, because we're going to go back and clean that up without having to do foundation or
Foundation again.
concealer again. Yes. So, okay, so
It all makes sense.
Yes.
It's coming together like
Head.
pieces of a puzzle.
Okay, so keep your head normal.
Okay.
Yep, and look up. So I'm going to line the inner rim here. And this is a very smooth pencil. You see I'm not pulling or tugging, which is something you should never do. I always see people pull their eye
Yes.
down and stretch their eye out. I'm like, don't do that. That creates lines and wrinkles. So this pencil is designed to just glide right in there. And you see how I'm not really putting a lot of pressure on it all underneath there.
Yeah,
so.
you know what? I am one of those people that go like this. And then,
Do that.
Rebecca says me too.
Don't do that. So I'm dipping into this dark color
Okay.
over here, the Charlotte Tilbury, with my little brush. And I'm then going to go in and just smoke that liner out. And it's good to do one eye before the other one, like this, because the pencil will dry and it will make it harder for it to blend.
Okay.
So
Oh, I see. So,
Yes,
like,
yes,
like
yes.
if you do the
do
pencil.
pencil and then blend,
Okay.
and then do pencil and blend.
blend.
And we're going to clean this bottom up, obviously. This is a little bit heavy, but this is how we get like a good blend in there. And then when we go back in, we'll clean up like the heavier liner on the bottom. So, same thing on this side. So, those lashes out of the way.
Sorry.
Woo. Okay, so again, like really get that rim a little bit underneath too, because then we're going to go back in and just blend that out.
Of course, the journalist in me is like, I'm dying to look. I'm dying.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Wow.
No, another misconception is that like if you do like liner like all around your eye, is that it closes your eye.
Yes.
It can if that's the only thing that you're doing.
Okay.
But if you're balancing it out, then it really does open up the eye. You can't just do a liner underneath.
You have to
You've
balance
got
it out.
to balance it, yes. Especially when it comes to a smoky eye. So, okay.
And that's interesting because that is a misconception.
Yeah.
You're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to take this pencil and go ahead and close,
Okay.
and we're going to do a liner on top. Just get real close to that lash line, wiggle it into those lashes. And then same thing with the liner brush. So you don't have to be perfect. Just smoke it out. Hence
Smoke
smoky
it
eye
out.
look. So yeah, same thing over here.
Wow, I should have had the smoky eye look for last night. We did a fundraiser. I want to thank Michael and Lindsay Stewart, who held the fundraiser for me, and Donald, of course, the general manager at 717 in South Tampa. They own 717, Ava, The Lure, and a bunch of other things that I always forget about.
Great.
No, but they held a fundraiser for me for Tampa Bay Woman of the Year, and I'm so appreciative of that. But Cherie, I didn't have you to do my makeup. But she is doing my makeup for
Yes.
the actual event,
Yes.
which is a week from today.
Yes, March 2nd, right?
Yes.
Got
yes,
you on the books.
Yes. On the books.
Yeah. Okay, so
So thank
now, yes, so now we're cleaning up our little mess here.
Okay.
So this is just makeup remover. You can use a wipe. This is just cotton around some makeup remover, and this is where you get in there and just clean up
Yeah.
that shadow.
And
What
it
do you
should.
think?
Wow, I think it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's amazing.
Oh, there's actually one more fun little part about this palette. I forgot. The fourth color here is actually a topper. So it doesn't have a lot of color payoff to it, but if you wanted to add a little bit more pizzazz,
Yes.
you know,
Yeah.
well, we can do a little bit of this like right in the center, and it's a
Oh.
little, it's sparkly and sheer. So you see how
Wow,
pretty that is?
yes.
So we can do that, and I think it's best if you apply that with your finger.
Okay.
I don't know if a brush will actually pick that up. So I'm going to just press this right in the center, and that again will give that eye-opening effect there. And it's not going to disturb anything that I've already done. Oh, that's beautiful, actually. Ooh,
Wow.
kind of overdone for this Lily Pulitzer dress here. And your trip to the grocery store later. You're looking real good.
I kind of forgot that this was supposed to be for date night, you know?
Okay.
It's okay. It's such a Serena move, though.
It is.
I really think, I honestly feel I make these kind of mistakes because, you know, I was born left-handed.
Oh.
But I went to Catholic schools, and not that, you know, but they switched. The nun
Oh,
said I
really?
had to be right-handed. So I feel that has confused me in life.
Are you ambidextrous now?
Well, when I was younger, I was, but then it just got so confusing. I just couldn't
Wow.
figure it out. So they just said, you know,
I
just
actually
focus-
become ambidextrous when I do
that?
mascara. I actually am very good
Good.
with doing mascara with my left hand and blush.
I have to say though, ambidextrous is one of my most favorite words because it just sounds cool.
Let's just throw it in every
Let's
other
just,
sentence.
yeah, let's just
then.
throw it in.
Ambidextrous.
Ambidextrous. Now
Right. We make a good comedy team. don't we? You know. Okay, so I just brushed out her lashes. I wasn't putting on any mascara or anything, which I'll probably go back and fix a little bit too. So
Fabulous.
I am going to apply some moisturizer on you now.
I can definitely tell I need moisturizer.
Okay.
How important is moisturizer?
Oh, very important, especially here in Florida too. It would be best if you had a sunscreen in it as well. But it does make a difference on how your makeup wears as well. So a lot of people come in and they're like, oh, I need a new foundation because it's not wearing well. And I'm like, well, what do you wear underneath it? They're like, nothing. I'm like, okay, well, let's bring you back to skincare to start off with, because it doesn't matter what you put on dry skin or textured skin. You have to take care of the problem before you actually layer on top of it. So it is very important to take care of your skin before you start layering all these different types of products on them that have more texture to them. So I chose another brand that is exclusive here to International Plaza. It is actually, or just Sephora in general. It's Drunk Elephant Moisturizer. So,
Wow, I like the name.
I know. There's a story behind that. I'm not actually sure. Like, there are ingredients in the product that when the elephant eats, actually it gives the elephant like a drunk kind of something like that.
Wow.
Yes. Okay. So.
And the story behind elephants is very sweet. Like they never leave their family.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
who knew?
there we go.
My friend was having a baby, and so she chose her whole theme to be elephants. And I thought, oh well,
Aw.
this is interesting. And she told me the story.
Oh, cute.
See, learn something every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that feels
Oh,
fantastic.
well, it's a
a
cool
drunken
little pump
elephant.
system, I know. So I like to just apply moisturizer with a brush. It's, you know, you can definitely do that with your hands, but for me, it's just a lot quicker if I do it on a client with a brush. Yeah, so we're just going to hydrate you.
And you know, honestly, that's how it feels. It feels like your face is
well, it's like a
drinking
little
water.
massage. I think
Yeah.
clients actually like it, you know, like this too. You know, you can massage it in. And you can use, oh, sorry, I'm using a Sephora brush. I believe it's number 56. This is one of our best-selling foundation brushes. Love, love, love. I use it all the time. I use it to apply moisturizer, primer, and foundation. So this brush can be used with all three products.
Wow, okay.
Yep, and then you wash it.
Okay.
Or clean, either way. So yeah, so we'll get you good and hydrated.
And do you wash and clean it every day?
Well, you know,
You do.
I don't, but
Yeah,
I
no,
know
no,
I
no,
don't
no, you
actually.
don't.
I should practice what I preach, but you know, I actually have like so many brushes that I keep switching brushes until they're all dirty and I can't switch them anymore. So yes. So yes. Okay. So we got that.
How are you guys doing with your arms over there, holding up the phones?
And I do have a little bit of, let's see, we have a little drunk elephant again. This is a vitamin C. What is this? Vitamin C eye cream. C Tango. Yes.
So vitamin C is, I mean, honestly,
it's brightening.
brightening.
Brightening, lightening, and tightening. Yeah.
Oh, wait, brightening, lightening, and tightening.
A BLT.
A
Yes.
BLT. Oh my gosh, did you just make that up? No.
Not that good.
A BLT.
A BLT. That way you can remember. Brighten, lighten, and tighten with vitamin C.
Gosh.
So we're just gonna put this like on the orbital bone there. Have that.
I need all those three, and especially at this age, I like the tightening part.
I feel like that's like Serena's gonna be leaving with a bag full of stuff today. Okay, so our next step is going to be a primer for the face. This is by Makeup Forever. They have many different primers to choose from. This particular one is a smoothing primer. It is called smoothing primer. But Makeup Forever has a bunch of different primers in like mattifying, smoothing, color correcting, hydrating. So again, with primers, you have to know what you want it to do for you. So there's not going to be the one primer that is like end all be all. You have to kind of coordinate. You have to figure out what's best for you. Again, a lot of people come in and they're like, "What is the best one?" But you can't do that because everyone's skin is different. So that's why we ask a lot of questions.
I was going to say, so how do you determine what best one is for you to communicate with?
You ask a lot of questions.
You ask a lot of questions.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you can see that they have textured skin or discoloration. They tell us they're real dry and dehydrated. They battle with oil all the time. So, you know, just asking those questions will kind of get it out of them.
Well, I have to say, through the years, I mean, I love you guys and talk to so many customers in here too because you're always willing to help and spend as much time with a customer as they need, you know?
We do our best.
Yes. And it's a fun experience. I mean, you remember when I was pregnant, and now I have little Sammy that comes in.
Little Sammy,
Little
who's
Sammy,
like 9 now,
11,
right? Oh, 11.
And she's like she's now trying, like, you know, lip. I don't let her wear makeup. I mean, I think, you know, but she loves taking care of her skin. And
that's good.
And you can't start too young with your skin, I don't
No.
think. You know, I wish I started younger taking care of my skin. So I encourage her
Absolutely.
to do that.
So, again, I'm using that Sephora brush. And I love using a brush when applying a primer, especially a smoothing primer, because the bristles of the brush actually will penetrate into those pores if you just apply it with a buffing motion like this, and you will literally see them being smoothed out and filled in. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
So again, you are laying down the foundation for your foundation.
Got it.
Speaking of foundation, woo, we chose a Giorgio Armani foundation. The Luminous Silk Foundation is one of the most popular foundations that people are coming in for right now. Again, exclusively here at International Plaza.
You're a great
You like all the
spokesperson.
plugs I'm giving us? Okay. So
I love it.
you can actually just squirt the foundation onto the brush
Okay.
and just start to paint. So the Luminous Foundation, it is a light to medium coverage. It gives the skin a nice glow. It's lightweight. How's it feel?
Feels fantastic. Feels so nice.
I think it still looks like skin, you know, which is important for most women to not feel like they have a mask on when when wearing foundation. Careful around those brows.
No, I remember you know, it would be so hard to try to match foundations. And
Speaking of that, not to interrupt you, we do here at Sephora have a color IQ machine.
Oh, what is that?
Oh, well, I should have brought it over.
What's the
It's
color IQ
actually a
machine?
device that Sephora has come up with, our technology. It is made by Pantone, actually. And we scan 3 areas of your face, and it gives us like a readout of like a number, and we punch it into a machine that we have at Beauty Studio, and it gives you every single color foundation that you match to that Sephora carries.
Wow, we may have to do another Facebook Live just on that machine.
We can do that, I know.
No, seriously, that's really cool.
Yes, we also have a moisture meter as well.
A moisture meter. Does
So
it
like
tell you
the
how much?
moisture you have in your
makes it-
skin?
wow.
Actually, I actually have it right here to show you.
Oh my
so
gosh,
this
okay.
right here, yep. You can do in 3 areas of your face as well, which we probably should have done before we did all
But
that
that is
moisturizing.
really
but
neat, though.
it's very helpful back here in skincare. So again, if you are coming in and you are not aware of what skin type you have, this little tool will help.
Wow.
So it comes up with a number, and depending on where you fall there, it'll tell you whether you are dry, normal, or hydrated.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so we have services
Yes.
that we offer here at Sephora.
I had no idea, honestly. What was the first machine called again?
The Color IQ machine.
Yeah, the Color IQ machine.
Yeah, anyone can come in and have that done anytime. You don't need an appointment for that. What we're doing right now is called a full face, actually, what is it called now? A deluxe full face. That's
okay,
what it
a
is.
deluxe full face.
A deluxe full face. We also offer mini applications, which is just focusing on like one part of the face. So we can do like an everyday look on your eye, a smoky look on your eye, maybe wing eyeliner, maybe blush and highlight or contour, an everyday lip. So you just pick, and it's like a 15 to 20 minute service that we offer for free.
Yeah. Yes. I want to mention that because I think that's
Yeah.
great that you guys offer
It
it for
is.
free. But you would recommend making an appointment, right? Or not for those?
If you want the deluxe makeup appointment,
Alright.
yes, which you can go to Sephora.com and do. Or you can call International Plaza at 872-2600 extension 3. Okay. We also offer facials back here, like 15, 20-minute facials. And then we have another service that is called a perk facial, which is a more in-depth facial that you get with a $75 minimum purchase. So
Okay, got it.
it
Okay.
really it's a hydrofacial.
It's
There
a
we go.
hydrofacial.
Yes, with the
Wow.
little machine. Yeah, it's something
Wow.
that we have exclusively as well.
Here. Got
Okay,
it.
so now you notice that I did foundation first.
Yes. You know what? Okay, and you taught me this.
Oh, concealer.
Yes, you taught me this, and so I do that too. I mean, because you taught
You
me.
listened to
Yes,
me.
I listened. I listened to everything you've taught me.
Okay.
So yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna go in with concealer again. I'm using the NARS one.
I was very surprised actually when you first taught me this.
Mm-hmm.
I've been, practicing it for years.
Yep. Again, there's no need to do double work. If you do your concealer first, you kind of just take it back off when you're doing your foundation.
Okay.
And your foundation, you really want to blend in good.
Okay.
So do foundation first. Just
Okay.
stop it where you would normally put your concealer, and then go back in with a lighter color.
Okay.
And we are going to use your concealer also as a highlight. So I'm going to, using a Sephora brush. I love this brush. It is number 57. This is, again, one of my favorite brushes. It is a synthetic brush made for emollient and liquid products. And it's great for concealer. You can, the way it's shaped, you can stipple it in. And then if you have to go back and use anything, cover anything like a blemish or maybe acne scar, darker spot, you can do that, and the way it's shaped, you can buff it in. So you stipple and you buff.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Makeup clearly, for me is very important because it's part of my job. Mm-hmm. Being a television anchor, makeup is everything. Mm-hmm. It's what you look like, and also now with HD TV, I mean, there's been different changes, you know, different trends,
A lot of changes
in makeup.
Well, now there's that 4K.
What is that? The
4K is I know I have a 4K TV. I don't know
Oh,
what that
right.
means.
Okay, credit.
I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I don't know.
4K. Michelle's
beyond,
nodding yes that she knows.
we're beyond the
me-
HD now.
Yeah.
We're 4K,
Okay.
which I don't.
Just the newest
It's the
technology.
newest
Oh, it's
technology.
the newest
Yeah.
technology.
So
I don't
just
think
like,
a lot of
yeah.
stations broadcast, or a lot of shows
Yeah.
are
Right,
broadcasting
right.
On
4K,
4K.
yet.
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 You see, yet.
I have the TV. I guess I can't do anything with it, but yeah. So, and again, doing this concealer, we're able to clean up, you know, like the outer corners, maybe a little of that liner that might have been too thick in the beginning. That's where this comes in handy.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I look like a completely different person.
Beautiful. So now I have a little, let's see, Fenty powder, which is again a brand that
Is exclusive to you
is
guys?
exclusive, but yeah, it's Rihanna's brand. So,
Oh.
I know. So I'm
Wow.
going to use a lighter color here, and this one is called Banana. It is, I like it. It's very smoothing. I'm going to put it on a brush, swirl it around in the cap, tap it off. So look up, and we're going to press that right underneath to set that concealer and to give her a little bright highlight there. And it's important to
Wow.
use more of a matte finish or satin finish under the eye, nothing shimmery.
And why is that Cherie?
Oh,
Yes.
because that'll bring out every imperfection. Anything with a shimmer, you got to be careful
Okay.
with. So you can still do it like on your cheekbones, just not like
Like right underneath the eye.
right underneath
Okay.
the eye. Yeah. So
You know, as a television anchor, I wear a variety of products. I mean, everything from NARS, Makeup Forever, MAC, Charlotte, Tilbury, tons. I love Buxom too. I mean, not,
Oh, yeah.
maybe not for on camera, the Buxom, but for out and about. Chanel, of course, Dior.
well, you wear them all. Then
Yeah,
you
no.
don't discriminate.
No, I do not discriminate against brands. I mean, I probably have. Well, all the brands that I use have been a tip from you. So,
Oh, okay.
so if you look at my makeup table or inside, you know,
Which I did see.
Yes,
on your little preview.
yes.
I was like, wow.
I like to be organized
Yeah.
with my makeup, but every one of those brands that you've turned me on to, I've stayed loyal to whatever product that was. Like for instance, the NARS concealer that you told me about years ago. I still religiously use that.
Good.
You know, so no, I think it's fun to play around and it's especially fun to play around with lipstick because with lipsticks you can try all sorts of colors.
Yeah, and I always say, don't be afraid of makeup. It's not like a bad haircut. You can always wash it off. I mean, like, it's okay. I always tell, I'm like, oh, people are like, I'm so afraid. I'm like, you can take it off.
You know, that's right.
You know, like, I always encourage people to try new things, you know, when they come in here, because I think that's the reason why they come is they want something different.
Right.
They're just afraid to try it. So just be a little more open-minded with trying something.
And for those who may have joined this Facebook Live later, so we're actually at Sephora at International Plaza, and the store isn't even open yet. So they're giving us a private lesson. I feel like a rock star. I have never been in here when the store is closed.
I know.
So I really
Special
appreciate it.
treatment.
Yes. Rebecca's behind one camera, the store manager.
Yes.
And then we have Cherie, who's known me for years. And of course, my Michelle Moscardini, who is running the Facebook Live.
Yeah. So we're using a little Kat Von D now.
Oh,
Woo!
yes.
This is one of my faves. And I love this. I chose this because it simplifies it for all those people that want to learn about contour and highlighting. Are very intimidated because the palettes out there come with 6 colors. And everyone's like, what do I do with all those colors?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, you can mix them, but until now, like no one's really come out with like a duo like this. And she
Yes.
has 3 of them to choose from with all different skin tones.
Oh, okay.
So I chose this one for you. I like to start with the light color first.
Okay.
Tap that brush off, and we're gonna do like a plus sign on your face. And again, you want to pat that product in because you don't want it fall out. So this is going to give you that bright under eye look. We're going to do down the center and here. So like a plus sign. We can do a little bit on the forehead. And a lot of the products actually come with like paint by number instructions now.
Really?
So they have pictures in there that tell you exactly where to put each color. But this is a good one because it only has 2 to choose from.
I know, it makes it less complicated.
Mm-hmm. So this is another Sephora brush here, which I also use to apply her setting powder with. 59. And what we're gonna do is when you contour, you want to think of like doing a 3 on one side and an E on the other.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, why is that?
Just it shapes your face.
Okay, all right,
like
okay.
where you want. Like anything that you put on that's light is going to bring forward. The darker color actually steps back.
Okay.
So I'm going to dip into this and let's turn it this way a little. So I like to start like where the top of the ear is right here. And then just work, like you want to deposit the most amount of color further back.
Okay.
So you are shaping your face. You're creating like a cheekbone there.
Wow.
Can you see?
Yes.
And then you'll want to do your jawline. And the fluffier the brush, the better.
Okay.
That way you can, and I like this one because it's shaped to kind of fit like your face, like roll with your face. So this is going to create that jawline that you've always wanted there. Yeah. And you don't have to do much on your forehead because you have a smaller forehead.
Okay.
So we don't really have to do anything there. So same thing on the other side.
Okay.
Again, deposit the most amount of color on that top part there. Blend in. You don't want to bring it so far in, because we're going to put your blush on the apples of your cheeks.
Okay. It's kind of funny too. We're supposed to be doing like a nighttime look, and then I walk into the store and
I love how we keep bringing this up.
Cherie's like, "Okay, you're wearing Lily, which is full color.
Full of color.
It's full of color.
It's okay.
We'll
have a nice balance.
And I got this because I love supporting local. So I got this outfit at the Ping Pong. Which is in South Tampa, and I would like to do a Facebook Live with the owner there actually, because she's the youngest store owner. Lily Pulitzer store owner in the country.
Yeah, how old is she?
She's in her 20s. She's amazing. And this little number here, Sammy begged me to get because she was so into it, but now forget it. It's all about Athleta and Lululemon and all about gray and black. She used to give me such a hard time for just wearing a lot of gray and black, and now
sounds like my kind of
girl.
girl.
That's all she's wearing now.
Sounds like me. Okay, so now can you tell that you have a little more shape?
Yes. Yes, because I feel like my face, I feel like it's so round that I need like.
Okay. Well, you can get a little bit more this face. If you change your brush to an angled one like this, which is another Sephora collection brush, 49. And I'm actually going to take this brush and contour your nose with it.
My nose.
So I'm going to dip into the darker one, tab that off. I'm going to pinch the brush, and I'm going to go down the sides of your nose.
Does this make my nose look a little smaller? Because that is really good to know. Because my nose, I always feel like
the fastest and cheapest nose job you'll ever have.
Really? Okay, so you take the brush, you pinch the brush.
Pinch it, yeah, or you can use a smaller brush.
Okay.
But you are creating a shadow, like where your brows almost are like creating a shadow onto your nose, and we're making it slender.
Wow.
So just going
Wow.
down.
Wow.
And a little here.
Who knew?
I know, we're plastic surgeons out of business
Yes.
now.
Wow.
Okay, make sure that center is highlighted. So how's everything looking over there for you guys? Good on camera? Okay.
Really? Okay. Awesome.
Okay,
Wow.
so, because lighting is very important. I'm going to go back and I'm just going to contour a little bit more here. With a more dense brush, you're going to get more of a color payoff. And since you wanted that, you know, real defined cheekbone
Yes.
look, then you can always go back and use this brush to do that with.
Okay.
Okay, so what do you
Great.
think?
I love it. I love it.
Perfect.
Michelle, Rebecca, how are your arms doing? This is the longest Facebook Live we've ever done.
We're almost done though, guys. We're almost done.
We don't have to go to the gym today. We're still going.
So we're moving on to lips now. We're almost done.
No,
So
I love it. I
I
mean-
chose, this is a Makeup Forever waterproof lip liner. And here in Florida, everybody wants waterproof everything because who doesn't wear makeup when going to the beach, right?
or
True
they wear
story,
it
guys. It
anywhere.
really is. So this color is one of their most popular colors. It's 2C, and it's a very soft crayon that you sharpen. So what I like to do is take the lip pencil and actually fill in the entire lip with it. That way it gives it more of, again, a base. The more you layer, the longer things will last for you. So this is a color that's close to her lip color. Goes with her Lily Pulitzer dress. It's very soft and creamy. Again, there shouldn't be, you know, tugging or pulling when it comes to lip liner or eyeliner. So we're just going to fill that in, define a little. Okay, it's a beautiful color on you, actually.
That's a beautiful color. I do love it.
I did choose a Pat McGrath lip color here. I love these. The color, it's Donatella.
Oh.
How about that?
Donatella.
Donatella. Okay, so let me grab a lip brush over here.
Such a hot brand right now.
Oh, it
too.
is. It really is. So at home, you don't need to use a lip brush. It's just easier for me to apply on you. Just start in the center and just kind of blend out. And notice I haven't put blush on you yet. I don't know. For
Yeah.
me, I like to do blush last because when you put the blush on, it brings everything together.
Together.
Yeah. And that's not a thing you have to do. It's just for me. I like to do it.
Well, you told me that a long time ago, so that's
Did
what
I?
I do. That's what I do too.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because I feel like,
Yeah.
wow, that it's everything.
It
It's like you-
does. It just
saving-
brings it all
saving
together.
the best for last.
Yeah. Go ahead and smile. Yeah, there we go. So we can blend this out.
And another great tip, honestly, is when you told me about using the lip liner to fill in the lip.
Oh yeah, and then I'm gonna go back again with your liner just to like reinforce that. And you can even do a little gloss on top. I think I'm gonna leave it matte though because we did the shimmer on the eye, and it's good to have a good balance. Like you don't want to do shimmer everything.
Okay.
So if you have like a shimmery eye, you might want to do like a matte lip, and
Okay.
vice versa. If you do a gloss or with glitter, you might want to stay with the matte
Okay.
eyes. So unless you're me, then you can do it all. Okay, so now I chose a Makeup Forever blush color. Let's see, this is S214. This is one of my favorite blush colors. This is just the magnet piece of it. They do you can make your own palettes with Makeup Forever, which is a nice thing. So they come in like 1, 2, 3, and you can make like a blush, a highlighter, and a contour palette, and the same goes with eyeshadows as well. So I'm gonna go back to your little contour blush or brush here.
Makeup
Dip
Forever
in.
has great pigment.
Oh yeah, that's why you tap.
Yes.
You tap and you tap.
Tap. Yes.
Yes, you don't do this.
Yes.
Yeah, so with your blush, I'm just gonna pop it like right on the apples of your cheeks. And just like when doing your eyeshadow, again, you don't wanna with everything. Because remember, we have your highlight here, we have your contour here, and we have your blush here. So everything lives in its own little place on your face.
Right. And I think, I get questions all the time on how to apply blush. So this is, of course, eyeshadows too, but blush is so key, as you say, and it's...
Well, it also depends on your face shape too. I mean, some people love to just like a lot of blush. So
Yeah.
I think makeup is very personal. I don't think there should be rules when it comes to that. I think you should wear it how you're comfortable. There are guidelines.
Yes.
You know, but makeup is forever evolving and changing. So I don't like to say always and never when it comes to makeup. Yeah.
I'm laughing because both the girls were, when we were talking about blush, both Rebecca and Michelle were like, yeah, we're one
They
of those
like a lot of
people
blush.
that blush.
Yeah. Yeah. But see how that just like brought everything together?
Yes,
It's
and I
just
love that
beautiful.
color. I love that makeup.
And then, you know, if you do a little, too much, you can always go back with your setting powder and just make sure that, you have, sorry. You can always blend. Setting powder is great to go back and blend with. Yeah. And then the last step is a Makeup Forever setting spray. It's called Mist and Fix. And the reason why I like this one is because it's alcohol free. You can use it as a, you can use that as like a primer and a setting spray and a refresher, which is really nice. So always make sure that your spray is good before you spray it. Yes. You don't want a straight line coming at you. You can shake it up a little bit. And then what we're going to do is hold it back and then close your eyes and just kind of mist you with it. Am I getting you?
It feels great.
Good?
Yes. I have this at home.
Oh, well, there you go.
Because you told me to get it.
I know.
Wow.
You're ready for your grocery store adventure
now.
now.
I am. So it's not just date night, it's a day look too. Right?
Absolutely, I think so.
Cherie, thank you so much. And I honestly want to thank Sephora and Rebecca for, first of all, I have never heard of this, that doing a private, in my entire years as a journalist. So I thank you profusely.
Oh, you're welcome.
Also, you guys were the first ones to donate
Yes.
to Tampa Bay Woman of the Year, and you're doing my makeup.
Yes, I am.
On that day. It's a week from today.
Yes, I
Can you
am.
believe we're finally at this point?
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. And again, so many of the tips that you gave me and the makeup consultations are free here.
They are. Remember, you can always go to Sephora.com and book here at International Plaza, or you can call us 872-2600 extension 3. My name is Cherie. And we offer all those services. So yeah,
it's fantastic. I mean,
better get in before they're all booked up.
I know. Take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. Thanks so much for watching, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.